We've started in 2005. There's actually an interesting story behind it. Back then I was playing in different cover bands, and one day it struck me that I want to start my own band, and there was this forum online for musicians, and I thought, I want to do something different. And back then the female fronted metal bands was gaining a lot of momentum and ground, like Evanescence and Lacuna Coil and Nightwish and things of that sort. And just as I was about to create a topic looking for a female vocalist, I actually found one that was already started, where a female vocalist was looking for a band to play the exact things that I wanted to play. And well, I talked to her and she came on board, and in the middle we got married.
We play around like two, 3 gigs a year recently. That's kind of how often we play annually. How many concerts have we played so far?
Around 30.
Around 30 concerts.
And you know, playing 2 to 3 gigs a year it might seem a little small.
It requires a lot of.
But yeah, it actually requires a lot of preparation, and at the same time, for an Egyptian metal band, it's a lot.
Because we handle all the logistics, we handle the reservation of the venue, which is actually just one venue. Recently, it's Sawi Culture Wheel, which is the only venue in which metal acts could actually go on stage and perform. That's well, I could tell you more about that. But yeah, we handle all the logistics, from reserving the venue to getting the sound engineers to getting the reserving the equipment. It all starts and ends with us, basically.
The way we write our music is, well, basically I come up with ideas, and we meet in the rehearsals and maybe tweak some things together, add different ideas and riffs and things of that sort. So it's basically, I wouldn't say it's a teamwork in the initial phase, but once an idea is laid out, then it's up for grabs for anyone to just do whatever he wants. And I think I would prefer that everyone would bring something to the table, and everyone is capable of actually doing that, but it kind of helps to have some sense of direction, when someone writes more or less a full track, and this is what I want the song to be like and to be structured, and let's see what kind of changes we can bring together. I think that's a good formula to create songs.
I think the main goal has always been to tour as a band. Band's been going on since 2005, and we've only just recently joined in 2014. But it's not a very easy goal to achieve, especially that you don't have record labels in Egypt that are interested in signing metal acts. So it's a longer process, I guess. Would you like to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, touring and releasing records and playing live events to me falls under the grand motive, which is really self-expression, and to be able to do that and to make people listen to your ideas and to relate to your emotions, and because you give them something, and they react to it, and then they give you something back, it's really satisfying in a way that nothing else can achieve that, So if I would have to define what the goals are, I would say for me is to keep doing what we are already doing, but maybe reach out to more people, and hence the idea of wanting to tour, But that in itself to me is not a goal.
what I would like to see is a band that is touring, that is consistently releasing records and having a growing fan base. That's definitely where I do want to see the band. And it's I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's possible, and I feel like I see good things happening.
It's very hard to decide which bands influence us. I mean, we're playing metal, so basically anything we listen to would inspire us one way or the other. And not just metal, really, because if you listen to our songs, there are different elements to it, not just, you know, straightforward heavy metal. I mean, you get some interesting, eerie, you know, lines and vibe, and I guess that's one of the things that I would say set us apart from other bands. It's particularly the difficulty to pinpoint which subgenre we're playing. So consequently, I can't really name any band that influenced us, you know, just like that. You know? I mean, look, there are so many things that I would say are obstacles. For example, it's really hard to find a venue or a place to play live music, particularly metal. By law, to play music in a live setting, you need to be licensed. You need to have a license, and I mean, it's not difficult to get, but it's still something that we need to do. And to me, it has been some sort of an existential question. I mean, do I want to be licensed and approved by, you know, a body of the state to perform and to express myself? I mean, do I need a permission to speak? Do I need a permission to voice my opinion? I mean, music is the same thing, right? So that's actually another obstacle, you know, the idea that you need to be licensed and you need to be monitored and to be controlled, and that's like the antithesis of, you know, playing metal, right? And then there are also financial constraints. I mean, we don't make money out of this, and even if we do, maybe if we have a good gig, you would earn like, what, £5,000? That's not enough to even cover a few months of going to the rehearsals, you know, and to the gear and, you know, the time and everything. So yeah, it's the kind of thing where you put a lot of money in, you get nothing back, and somehow you need to make more money so that you can keep doing what you're doing. Also, you have a very limited fan base. So I mean, you can put a really good record, or at least one that you're satisfied with, and then what kind of reach do you get, really? I mean, how many people are going to listen to this?
600 people.
Yeah, that's if you're lucky. And no one buys CDs, you know, no one has money to buy CDs in the Egyptian metal scene. Like, very few people actually do that. And I guess the most dangerous obstacle is disappointment and losing the fire, you know, or losing perspective of why you're playing music, and why you're playing metal in particular. And once that's gone, and there are so many reasons for it to go, you know, you would ask yourself, why am I doing this? No one cares. It's a lot of work. You know, I'm tired. But if you keep going on, well, for a very fat person, I run quite fast from the police. Yeah, we've had a couple of times, even more, when we're playing live in a gig and we know it's not licensed, we know, you know, the proper paperwork has not been done, and you kind of go there, you know, knowing that there's a risk and something might happen, maybe nothing would happen, and then the police comes in and you need to take your gear and get the fuck out of there, you know, and maybe run, maybe hide, you know. I remember once the police came and we were playing in some touristic village in Sahara or something like that, and you know, the police came and they were a lot in numbers and we didn't have enough time to bug the fuck out. So what we did was go into the restaurant, you know, in that village and pretend that we were eating chicken. So we had like 7 or 8 people eating half a chicken, you know, so like everyone grabbing a little piece of skin or, you know, looking at the police, hoping no one would notice that this doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I've been asked to answer some questions in the state security before, because I was organizing an event. Yeah, that happened also quite a lot.
This track is called The Line from our second EP, Jacques.